I think it's pretty special that we are here at a second lake in the same day, just as we did yesterday. One lake is great for perch, one lake is great for walleye. Had an awesome day yesterday, so obviously the goal is to have a repeat, if not a better day today. Thing is, I wonder how much the weather...
Girl, I wanna show you where the freedom fills the midnight air. Hold out your hand, I'll take you there to a backwoods paradise.
Well, welcome to Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan.
No dirt road, we can let it all go and leave it all behind to get right back down to earth, way out where the good things grow. There ain't no roots in that downtown rodeo. Sometimes you gotta put in a work, tip it on back and get right back down to earth. Soak up that full moon high, find yourself lost in a never-ending sky full of stars and feet in the dirt. It's giddy on up and get right back down to earth. Whoa.
Deuce Vodka presents Backwoods Backstage with Brett Kissel. Brought to you by Gemstone Lighting, smart outdoor lighting. Bushnell Optics, your performance is our passion. And Federal Premium Ammunition, powering your pursuit.
You know what? I couldn't be more happy with our accommodations. Staying at the lake house. Loon Lake, it's central to like a bunch of great places to fish. And the hospitality we have here was second to none. Food is amazing. Rooms are amazing. The chef actually stayed 2 hours last night later than he should have just to cook his fish. And if you guys are going to book in Saskatchewan, book here. You won't be disappointed.
Nothing better than cooking on the ice, cooking outdoors. Hunting, fishing trips, best part. I love cooking. Obviously, I love eating. But we go if it's 30 below or 3 above. I love cooking on the ice. Put on a little show last night at the hotel. A couple of young ladies were there. Kids, I don't know, they're 7, 8. Brett sang them a couple songs. They were just in La La Land. They were having fun. It's pretty cool to see. You got one, Uncle Derek?
So here's how the show works, especially ice fishing. It's got a little bit cold. So Jordan, Matt, and Brett are in a tent. We're talking hockey. Rick's here. Got every. I don't even know how his wife's gonna eat because he's got every grocery and utensil here at the lake. And I'm freezing my ass off catching perch. I mean, what a life for these guys. They're probably playing crib in there. Probably don't even have a line in the water, but no, leave it up to us. Don't worry, boys, we got it covered.
Hey, thank you. Don't worry, I just took 15 for 2.
No problem. I'm gonna warm up. School's kind of moved out of here, I think. I'm gonna go back on the hunt, see if I can relocate the school. We've got a few hours of perch fishing. Then we're gonna head back and try and get some more walleye tonight.
So I gotta tell you guys something. My Uncle Derek is one of the best fishermen I know and the best perch fishermen I know. So it's crazy to me that he is being outfished like crazy today by Rick. I've never seen anybody consistently just pull out hog after hog the way that Rick's been doing today in the cold. The boys are warming up in the tent. I'm freezing my ass off trying to figure out what to do. Derek usually is pulling a bunch of perch out of this ice, but man, Rick, he can't even carry on a conversation or get halfway through a joke because he's pulling up another big perch. What's with this guy? Like, you see what I mean? See what I mean? We're back in my realm here for walleye.
I gotta tell you, I am the worst. You got something to say, Kissel?
No, I love it. You say, this is my realm. Like you have a realm. Oh, whoa. Oh, I thought I had a fish on.
I just grabbed his line. He wasn't looking. I just grabbed his line and gave it a pull. Yeah, it'll come out of the truck.
Talking when he should have been jigging. As I was saying, I am the worst, second worst fisherman of this group. I will give Brett one knot ahead of me.
Brett, pass that cup.
Matt, no. But yesterday I was the walleye king, so I'm hoping today we can repeat. And there's only one way to find out.
Last day of filming. It's what, 4:15 Saskatchewan time. We're all set up, waiting for the walleye bite. Pretty pumped. Nothing on the flasher yet, but we're in like 7 feet of water here, so I think these things come in from deep water, come up on the shallow edge and come to feed. So hopefully they want to feed in my minnow.
It was freezing. Now, for the veterans, Rick and Derek, it didn't get in the way of their fishing. They kept hammering the perch. As for the trio of me, Matt, and Jordan, yeah, we couldn't catch a thing. So we packed up the gear and headed back to Lake X for walleye.
Well, we're back at Loon. It was a really good morning at Boyer this morning. Had to carry the team, of course, again. Another pail of perch. Compliments of Derek and Rick. It was a really good day. Today I think we're a little early here on the walleye bite, but once the sun meets the clouds there, whereabouts at 37 degrees, Brett, that's where as soon as the sun hits. Yeah, as soon as the sun hits the 37 degree mark, that's when the walleye start biting. So we'll kind of peg it out till then and see what's happening. But absolutely great day today. A little colder, but every day on the ice is a good day. So.
I think it's pretty special that we are here at a second lake in the same day, just as we did yesterday. One lake is great for perch, one lake is great for walleye. Had an awesome day yesterday, so obviously the goal is to have a repeat, if not a better day today. Thing is, I wonder how much the weather will affect what we've got going on. We thought it was going to affect perch a lot. It ended up that I think we got more perch in the cold than we did in the warmer day. So is that going to be the same for walleye? I don't know. I will ask Rick and Derek about that because they're the ones who know how to catch fish. Walsh, the entire day, has been saying, just wait until we start fishing for walleye. Just wait until we start fishing for walleye. I'm predicting Walsh is going to get skunked.
Well, yesterday, probably luck. Today, probably luck. But at some point, they're going to have to give credit where credit is due. That's what a walleye looks like, gentlemen, in case you guys were wondering.
Of the 50 perch that we caught on day 2 this morning, I caught 15, Derek caught 15, and Rick caught 15. So we're flush even. Brett caught 5, and Jordan caught 0. Here he comes. Let's see what he has to say.
We interrupt this program to bring you Amateur Hour, presented by Sportsman's Channel, with Matt Germain.
Matthew, why don't you walk us through what not to do?
Now, I'm the first to admit that I know nothing about fishing. I've always enjoyed hunting and spending time in the outdoors, but fishing was not something I've spent a lot of time doing. And I have to admit and be very thankful of the fact that I've been hanging out with Rick, Derek, and Brett and Matt and learning just a ton, be it on the ice or even last summer on the lake. And I'm very grateful for that. You know, everyone can relate to chirping your buddies and making fun of each other while you're out there. And I think it's great. But at the end of the day, it's all in good fun. And you know what? As much as day 2 was substantially, and I mean substantially colder than day number 1, it was still a blast, and we were still able to catch a great amount of fish.
Woohoo! So the first thing that I do when I go to a new hole is I spend 15 to 20 seconds just letting the line go right to bottom, right there. And by the time after that I pull it out, I know exactly where my bottom marker is. So if I want to fish here, I know that I'm 4 or 5 inches off the bottom. And at least this way, I have a reference every time I want to be jigging, maybe want to touch bottom and pull up, stir up some sand. You know what? As much as I love messing around and being the so-called young buck of our Backwoods crew, I've been fortunate enough to learn from guys like my dad, Rick, my grandpa Ray, a lot of my uncles growing up. And you know what? 20 years from now, although I only know the basics currently, I'm sure when I have a couple of gray hairs, maybe even a little bit of a belly, I'll be able to pass it down for future generations to learn.
Crickets. They could be down there, they're just not hungry. I don't know. We're a couple hours from prime time here, so we'll see what happens. Prime time worked awesome yesterday, so we'll see what happens in about an hour here.
Am I gonna lose it? Take it easy.
Well, just take it easy though. Make sure you keep it tight. That's fatty.
Good fish right there. Any hole, boys. 2 days in a row. It's just luck is all it is. Well, I shouldn't say luck. It's Rick and Derek putting in hours and hours and hours and years of experience knowing where to go so that even dummies like me can go into a hole and catch fish like this. Right
Good
there.
for you, Walsh, to say something like that and give them the credit.
Heck yes. And that's no different than outfitters, bear hunters, whitetail hunters. They put in all the work so that we can go out and have all the fun.
You see the sun dog there? When that sun gets behind that cloud, then they're gonna start biting.
So answer me this. While she's over here, a couple feet away from me, he's catching fish and I'm not. Why?
Well, I believe it's like whitetail walking through a bush, down a trail. Fish have a trail on the bottom of the lake, and I believe that's more contoured to his hole than yours. Because I've seen it many times where guys are catching in a hole steady, and 4 feet, 6 feet away, you're not catching nothing. So I believe it has something to do with the contour of the bottom of the lake. A whitetail will take a certain path through a bush. A walleye is going to take a certain path through the lake. I can't see any other difference. Like why can't you catch 5 feet away from that hole and Jordan's catching all of them? It's got to be with the contour of the bottoms, and they're comfortable and they constantly travel that corridor. So that's why if you can get a hole on top of that corridor, it works better. I've seen it a lot of times. They just don't. Sometimes you can have the same hook, same bait, the same action, and one guy's on the mark or on the trail, and he's catching fish like crazy. This morning was a perfect example. That one hole, I was 10 feet away from you. I was catching 5-6 fish at a time, and you caught the odd one. It was just because I was on the spot, I think. You know, that's their travel corridor. Back there, the rescue. Oh, it's a pike! I ran all this way for that.
We're here for walleye, but the pikes still eat well. We're just happy to be out here. Great day, great bunch of people, great memories filming our show, and just the whole entire experience. So a great experience all around.
Grab him. You got him? Yep. Thanks, brother.
Fishing, Walsh.
It's a good sized walleye.
It's not a bad one.
It is actually amazing. Take a go out.
There we go. Another great walleye.
Little Saskatchewan.
You got him anymore?
Might be tied with my trap.
No, it transitions out of the water, dude.
There we go.
Okay, well, put more tension
Take a
on
go
it.
out.
What's going on here?
He's got it.
It's in his
Oh,
hand.
you got the fish!
What's going on here, he says. Like, sorry, but my hands are so warm I can't figure anything out. Like, what's he's got gloves on. He's in the truck. Like, oh man. Gloves on in the truck.
First time in my life,
Look
my
at
ass is frozen off.
His rod's
Act like
just
I don't know.
bending.
Film. Filming? Yeah, no. Out. That's my honey hole. Get out.
You snooze, you lose,
You
son.
mean- what do you mean snooze, you lose? I went to see what he caught.
Don't leave. Oh, fish on.
Come on! In my hole!
Okay, this is a mystery I'll never understand. You have one of the two worst fishermen I know in Walsh, and of course Matt being the other, but Walsh couldn't catch a fish if his life depended on it. Yet somehow, he hit a hot streak. I've never seen someone with such limited experience have so much success. In fact, we were all baffled. Almost every time he dropped his line through the ice, he'd either get a bite or reel a fish in. In my music career though, I've learned that sometimes charting your own path is too much work for too little reward. Sometimes mimicking the successful traits that someone else possesses, that's the way to go. So when Walsh wasn't looking, I moved from my spot and stole his honey hole. The saying is, work smarter, not harder, folks. And sure enough, the minute I dropped my line in his hole, boom! I got a big bite and I reeled in a perfect Saskatchewan walleye. Walshy wasn't impressed, but I couldn't care less. I was on the board, and I guess if you snooze, you'll lose.
Awesome. Great day in Saskatchewan again, although holy shit, it was cold. But thank you very much to our two guides for taking us out. Uncle, how you feel?
You know what? I don't get cold often, but I am frozen. I got icicles hanging off my beard. I can't hardly speak. Bowling in the hole we had. Deadly.
Great day fishing, but you know, if you want to be out here, you got to catch the fish in the cold. So it's exactly what we did.
We got it done, and I just can't thank everybody, obviously, but primarily Rick and Derek for having us out. You know, these guys put in the work, find the spots. Brett, Matt, and I get to come along, have the fun. But thankfully, it's a great group. We had a great time. Rick, thanks so much.
You know, it's a great 2 days, great bunch of people. This is why I love hunting and fishing, eating on the lake, freezing your butt off with good buddies, catching some Cory. We're gonna fillet these up, fry them up tonight. It'll be a good feast. Thanks for including me in these last 2 days. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Rick.
You know, watching the show, watching back on the episodes that we've done already, it's like, where'd you learn to do that? Where'd you learn to hunt? Where'd you learn to chase whitetail? Where'd you learn to set up goose decoys? Where'd you learn to, tie your hook? There's so many things that progressively you learn over the years, and the only way to do that is through strong mentors. And my two biggest mentors were my dad, who unfortunately lost about 4 years ago to a heart attack, and my Uncle Mitch, who just passed away at 65 with a brain tumor. And you talk about legacy and how they're carried on, but my biggest belief that there's almost nothing better than the outdoors to create memories and to create times together and have that knowledge passed from them to me. And then, watching my son on the show is awesome, and eventually be teaching grad kids. So miss those guys immensely, and I wish they were here to see it.
Ice fishing has always been one of my favorite pastimes. I have so many special memories with friends and family gathered on the ice, swapping stories, laughing, cheering each other on. To me, that's what the outdoors is all about. This trip to Saskatchewan with the Backwoods crew will be one of the best memories I've made in the fishing world, freezing our asses off, but laughing the entire time. Now, Uncle Derek talked a lot about his family. His dad Ray, who passed away in 2017, and his Uncle Mitch, who had passed away just a few weeks before our trip to Saskatchewan. As much as Uncle Derek talked about his dad and his uncle, I hope he realized that he was now the leader of his own chapter, taking out his son Matt and me, his nephew. While Derek was reminiscing about the memories made with the elders in his life, us young bucks, we were making memories with our elders that will one day pass on to the next generation. You may think this weekend was for fishing, but I assure you it was a lot more special than just fishing.
Deuce Vodka presents Backwoods Backstage with Brett Kissel. Brought to you by Gemstone Lighting, smart outdoor lighting. Bushnell Optics, your performance is our passion. And Federal Premium Ammunition, powering your pursuit.